Morning, good morning, good morning. I used to wait 3 minutes from when I launched the stream. Wow, I got some hair today. Jeez, that's how busy I am. And I think we stopped getting like the 3 minute ad runs in between, before the stream. So that's why I would have this delay from when I would send out the notification that I'm starting, and to when I actually clicked live. Right, you want to give people a time to get in, get past the ads. You know, if people come in late, that's cool too. Like I mean, people come in all throughout the stream, but the big bulk comes right when you start. And I wanted to get past the ads. We don't talk about ads hardly anymore, do we? Which is interesting, just an observation. So good morning, chat. Koba Thor, thank you for continuing your gift sub. That's pretty amazing. I appreciate that very much. And I think I sent you a package, or I know you a package. Didn't you win something recently? So good morning. I'm reading through all the good mornings, make sure I don't miss anything. Good morning. Who else is stumbling towards coffee? I'm probably 3 cups deep, but my last cup was probably 2 hours ago. So when I'm done with this, I will make more coffee. I did pour myself a Coke Zero though for for the stream. In the house. How much snow did you shovel, Tony? Spilled a whole container of ground coffee before I even made my coffee. That's the worst coffee day, is because like I need this coffee to function, except I broke it on the way to full functionality. So that's like a reboot needed. First time you've been able to catch an actual live stream, AJ Foley. Well, thank you. I'm glad you joined. Yeah, glad you're here. We don't do anything except like cut up, chit chat, talk about stationery, and I give away some stuff. So Twitch ads have been bananas. 6 ads in a row before. Interesting. Fresh cup of Yorkshire black tea here with a bit of lemon cake. Well, hello. Aren't you all fancy pants up in there? Oh, it was delivered yesterday? Okay, so I can't remember who I've sent and who I haven't sent. If you won something last Thursday, I shipped it Monday. If you won something on Tuesday, it's still sitting on the counter here. So when I do giveaways today, I might ship the whole week's worth of Sunday. Yeah, like Tuesdays and Thursdays stuff on Sunday. Community coffee. That's the OG South Louisiana. Is Brad's video low res for anyone, saying source is 648p? Ow, sorry. Should be full 1080. I have no alerts on my side. If you're on desktop, check it out. Cocolina, that was fast. What's today, Thursday? Yeah, I dropped them off Monday morning, and got them by Wednesday. That's pretty good. Pen Addict notebooks. I saw your Instagram post, Patrick. Thank you so much. Good luck on the workout tracking and logging. One Dog Night vaccine hangover today. So my parents got their second dose yesterday. My wife goes Friday. My parents are doing pretty okay. Arms sore. My dad's had like chills and like just tiredness. So y'all are also seeing 648. Let me check something. That's interesting. I don't know that there's anything I can do immediately, but that shouldn't be the case. So I'm just going to check my upload speed. My download speed is 320, so that's good. This will probably make it worse if I run a speed test on my streaming computer. But now y'all have me curious, since there's a bunch of y'all saying it. So we'll let that run. Yeah, it's probably a Twitch problem. I'm actually getting packet loss now. I'm wondering if that's my fault. Luxury. 16 months of subbing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm getting packet loss now, but I think it's because I'm running this speed test. Yeah, I'm 100 up. So my throughput is good. So maybe it's a Twitch thing. So I did lose packets there, but that was because I was overloading the stream for a test, and it has finished. So I probably won't do that again on stream. All right. That kind of hurt when I did that on my wrist. So I'm back from PT this morning. My strength only went up to 65 from 60 week over week. My PT was like, it's an improvement, but like I want to see more. So I got to work on the strength part of getting this back together. So, I was planning on doing a couple of unboxings coming up soon. Some stuff that I've ordered them. We're gonna talk about that. So regardless, I got one package in, but I'm waiting on 2 other pen company packages, Jet Pens and Gold Spot. So we'll do those next week. They're not here. They probably both come today, which sucks because I'll have to not open them all the way until Tuesday. And there's a pen in one of them that I really want that I ordered for myself. A lot of these times I'm ordering these goods for future reviews, for, to send out to the writers like Inkwell Monster here in the chat and Jeff and Susan. PT. So they're not here. We'll do that Tuesday because I'm pretty sure both come today. But I did get one small package of something just separate I ordered. And then we'll hold the rest till next week. But I have an ink cartridge problem, and I haven't tested it today. And I want to know what y'all's tips and tricks are. Talmax, 8 months of subbing. Where are my alerts? Oh no. Woo. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's so cool today. 50. I'm wearing shorts today. It's going to be 75 here today. So it's like 60 right now. Right? We're in like the pre-rain grossness temperature. High is going to be 15. So like my favorite pen here, right? Like this is like top 2 or 3 of personal favorite pens. This is my Nikaya portable AO Tamanuri, which is the green underlays on the black. And one of the things I do, since I like them so much, is I use Platinum's ink cartridges, the Mount Fuji blue black, right? It's really tailor-made for the pen. Love the shirt, thank you. Sponsor me, Howler, every day. Every day I'm hustling. So I use cartridges in this pen a lot, unless there's some specific reason I want the ink, because I like the Platinum blue black with this pen. It's a great ink. And then I have the Mount Fuji cartridges, right? Y'all remember those from last year that I kept fawning over, and I finally bought the ink bottles. But I was like, well, I need to use these cartridges, right? So that's one of the things. And I popped this in, and it's been 2 days, and it's still not writing. So I've done the, it's mountain runoff lake water into my ink cartridge. Maybe that's why it's not writing. But I've used them before, but I can't get. So I haven't tested this out today. What do you do when the ink doesn't flow? Platinum's generally pretty good about Platinum and Lamy are the best. When you pop in the cartridge, it usually fills the feed and you're ready to write. So I've been taking it off, putting it on. I've been pressure squeezing it. I've been swirling it and twisting it. I haven't like full on shook it because I'm not in a position to like make a mess. So yeah, I think I might have to take it out and then try to clean, like exactly what Tony is saying. I think there's maybe something here, right, that I think I just need to clean this front end and then pop the cartridge back in again. But like I religiously clean this pen. Like, yeah, this is like I clean all my pens religiously. Well, it's a Nikaya, but it's the Platinum connectors. Booger sucker time. It is absolutely booger sucker time. So I'm gonna get in here, but like I wanted to use this pen. Feels here. I have not dipped it in water, but I've done everything except violently shake it. So now I think I'm just gonna have to clean it right. So that's where I'm at. I was just wondering if any of y'all had this problem. And this has been really frustrating with me because I popped it in to write with it that day. Like I had something specific I wanted to write with, and I've not been able to. And now we're 3 days into it. It's pissing me off, to be quite honest. So, yeah. So the whole front end is going to get a cleaning when we're done with this. I have not pulled the nib. I'll do a full front end disassembly on this one later, just because it's time. -8 in St. Paul. Boo. Boo. That stinks. So, there you go. That's my 99 problems. But cartridges are going to come into play today because I did do the lick the hand thing. Tessa asked what my favorite pocket pens were on Twitch. Was that the question? What are some of your favorite pocket fountain pens? So I brought them in here. We're going to go through those. And I use cartridges in a lot of those. So I brought my little bag of cartridges, and we'll take a look at some of those. So should we do pocket pens first and then unboxing? Yeah, we'll do pocket pens first. Wait, what's a booger sucker? It's a nasal aspirator. It's what you do to clean out babies' nostrils, right? It's a little bulb that it's really made to suck out, but what you use it for fountain pens is you push water through, you fill it with water, attach it to the nib unit, and then push water through it. It really like force pressures water through, and the design of the nasal aspirator fits perfectly like on like short international or standard international feeds and posts on fountain pens. So you get like a tight seal, and then you can just run pressure through it. So there you go. Yeah, affectionately referred to as a booger sucker. Now that Tessa asked me that question, I'm thinking I forgot like one of my all-time favorite pocket fountain pens in the other room, because I know it's one she has something similar of. It's the Mont Blanc Bohème, the spin retractable one. Well, that's one that's worth inking up, and I'll probably do that. For a future stream. That would be a good pen to ink up and use. I've never officially reviewed that pen either. I should probably do a review on that one just because it's neat. I use a blunt syringe to do that, one designed to give liquid medicine to children. Yeah, absolutely. And you can, like, I have two nasal aspirators. The one is just straight out the package. The other one, you cut off the endmost of the tip, because then that will allow you to get into like Pilot, Sailor, and Platinum feed areas, like the back end of the section, and to give you a tighter fit there to push water, because there's really nothing for it to attach to on those. So I have a Japanese booger sucker and a European booger sucker. So there you go. That's how that works. All right, let's talk about some mini pens or pocket pens. I don't like the word mini pens. Did you bring your engraved pin today? I did. I have it over here. You want to see that? Whoa. This was open and was almost bad. So yeah. Is the Japanese booger sucker finer? No, it's the opposite, because their connection parts are wider. So it's actually a wider opening on that, which is kind of funny. I'm doing something. Just trying to get the lighting or the background set up here. I was knocking around my cameras a bunch yesterday, so this could be not good. I need to find a storage solution for my Japanese pocket pens. Now that you say that, I'm missing another pen, which is the Pilot Elite. That's another pocket pen that's amazing that I didn't bring in here today. Let me see how much I've wrecked this setup. That's some rough lighting. Niauzi Master, 30 months of subbing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's amazing. All right. So this is the engraved pin. It's kind of amazing. Mike Van Ness really did not want to engrave this. Come on, camera. Don't be a butt today. You can do it, camera. You can do it. Man. Yeah, I posted this on Instagram. Maybe if I move my hand. Is that better? Anyway, this pen is designed, I don't know if you can see it, it's got the flat rectangle section there. So you can, so put my hand under. Is that the way to do it? I'm not an influencer. I don't know all these moves. There it is. Look at, Coco Lena's an influencer. She knows how to do this. So there it is. Yeah, I don't watch the makeup tutorials. I gotta get my influencer moves correct. Like this is one I don't have. So smart. So y'all can just remind me to be an influencer next time. So yeah, I got this pen just like, I don't even know if it had a box. It was just like, basically, it was like used, right? So it was like secondhand. I got it for $300, which is about like at least half of what they go for. And I was like, I can't just let a silver cap pen with a place for engraving go unused. So we took it back to Van Ness Pens, and Mike was like, I told you all this. I'm like, Mike was like, are you sure? Like, you want to do this? I'm like, I couldn't be more sure of anything in my life. This is like exactly what you got to do. So we did it, and it's awesome. And the thing is, I haven't been using this pen because it's got a medium nib on it, which is fine. But I would like to get it engraved, get it ground down to like something stubby. So it's a good rounded tip there. I have hemp ink in there since it was Van Ness where I got the engraving. I used the Van Ness ink, and then I wrote several pages with it. Or 2-3 pages with it so far. 2.5. So it's good looking. I'm not going to show you this up close because like it's got stuff on there, but it's been a good ink. The one thing I was going to tell you about my notebook is I did start it. I'm going to keep this purposefully on the small screen because like the contents, I mean, it's nothing bad or nothing personal. It's just like personal stuff. I am using both pages, as you can see, and I started doing the landscape mode. But that ended up being like a mental overhead thing where I was concerned about, okay, how far do I write? Do I stop? You know, where do I restart? Where do I do breaks? And then so I was thinking about it too much. So I just went to like standard layout. So yeah, I'm not good with word stretch. And then, you know, I'm adding in things like that was yesterday's show title list that I was working on a little piece of paper. So I just taped it in there, stuff like that. So I'm enjoying the bank paper so far. The medium nib on the bank paper gets a little squirrely. Like there's maybe a tiny bit of feathering, but it's there's no deepest dark secrets in here. It's just like, yeah. Yeah, so I'm committed to both sides of the page. Even the dark, wide ink, it's not too bad. So I'm dealing with it. So there you go. That's how this is going so far. And it finally, the pace started picking up when I went to standard orientation of the notebook. I was really overthinking the landscape orientation and how it really had to be 4 segments in there because I couldn't go all the way across. That would drive me crazy. And then the blocking of it, I like the idea. I like how it looks. It didn't work out for me, which, hey, I have a lot of pages to switch around. So there you go. All right. So pocket pens. Let's have a pocket pen party. That should have been the title of the stream. Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to try different things, and maybe I'll go through this notebook, and at some point I'll say, hey, I hate doing this. Right now, it's completely fine. And maybe next notebook I won't. But then, like, the conversation about how much money I spent on this notebook and only using half of it really hit home for me. Like, that made a lot of sense. So there you go. Let's back this up a little bit. So if I'm, that's a $130 notebook. Wouldn't I be better served to just use 100% of it instead of 50% of it? So y'all really made sense on that conversation. So there you go. There's a theme here. Y'all see the theme? This is a cool bag. I've shared this bag before. It's been a while. We'll talk about that later. But y'all see the theme here. How can I become Brad? I'm not sure I'd wish that on my worst enemy. Theme is a clear like a Pilot Stargazer. I wouldn't put the Pilot Stargazer in the pocket pen category. It's really good for that, but the Elite is the pocket pen. No, landscape writing is writing with the notebook. So here's my notebook, writing like this, as opposed to this. Does that make sense? Yet TWSBI Mini's another good one. TWSBI Mini Vac, especially. The TWSBI Mini Vac, the TWSBI Minis don't make this category for me, okay? So let's talk about what we got. So it's basically Kaweco and Shone, or Spoke, which is a pen I make for those new to the chat. So let's do Kaweco first. Pilot Elite is hands down the best pocket pen. I will not argue that. I don't even know what Practical Pens is. So these are my 3 favorite Kawecos. I probably have 15 Kawecos, okay? So, Sean Design. I'm sure he's gotten that before. This is one my friend Glenn sent me. It's very special when we were talking about Engraved. I forgot about this one until he reminded me, influencer. That he sent me this. This is from City Super in Hong Kong. They did this on their Kaweco color. Let's see, maybe because I have stuff getting in the way. There it is. So City Super in Hong Kong will do this in shop. This is Patrick Ng's, not his shop, but where he works, that he's a buyer for. So yeah, this is on a Kaweco Sport. This was City Super's color, and they did this cool two-tone section, which is great, right? Look at that. This is a cool color. So one of my favorite Kawecos. This one I even have, this is one of my favorite ones because you probably can't see this, but it has a ground nib on it. So this is a broad cursive italic nib. So you know that this is one of my favorites when I keep a specialty nib in it. Needs to have City Super Blue engraved on the cap. Thank goodness it doesn't. I'm good with that. Hey, good morning, Evan. That's Practical Pens. Okay, I'll check that out. Actually, let me pop it up and follow it real quick if I don't already. Little pen, big nib. Okay, cool. I haven't seen these. And follow. Since I logged into Instagram on here yesterday, I can do that. So I love the plastic barrels, and I, of course, love the metal barrels. And the Steel Sport is my favorite metal barrel. So they have brass is the other option. And then they have like the carbon fiber inlay ones. Right? But this one's my jam. And again, how do you know a Kaweco is special for Brad? he keeps special nibs in them. So this is the 14 karat gold. I'm sorry, I got that ink spot right in the wrong spot, didn't I? So this is a medium stub nib. So this is the one gold Kaweco nib I have. Or do I have two? We need to see what's in the Lilliput. I can't remember what's in the Lilliput. So these are my favorite. So I got this ground down too. You can see that they're not like the ball of the tip that you normally see on the Kaweco nibs are gone. So again, really great weight on the pen. Probably just like one of the best all-around pocket pens going. It's just really, really cool. And they are really well priced. Like Kaweco's pricing is really good, in my opinion. Right? They, they're fairly priced. You're basically advertising hemp every time I show the pen. I know, right? The Lilliput is actually probably the most outrageously priced. Okay, let's have an art sport conversation. They used to be worth it when you could get them for about 110, 120 bucks, which is still really expensive, right? But there was a point where I was like, you know what? I'll have one, please, you know? And now they're 200? Are they close to 200? What's the current art sport price? They went almost like a double. They went like a 75% increase. They're awesome pens. I need a little more from them for that price. I don't know. It's just the one art sport I've ever had, I gave to Anna, which in retrospect was probably a huge mistake. I gave her one of the original tortoiseshell one. So that was probably an oops on my part in retrospect, but no, I couldn't admit, I was happy to give it to her. She really liked that pen and didn't get it, so I gave her that. So we're going to talk about that Boy Reporter, strictly cartridges. I'm on record as hating, like with a capital H, Kaweco's converters. So here's the Lilliput. So you can see how tiny this is. Even it's fair to say that the Lilliput is a very difficult pen to use. You know, it's so much thinner and smaller. Once you get going with it, let's see, what do I have in here? Do I have just a stock nib in here? Let's see. Stock extra fine nib. So that's another purposefully selected nib. So they're really short when you don't post them, which is fine. But when you do post them, I think they're great. But like, I get that not everyone loves them. Right? So they're perfectly fine to write with. The problem is the section's so short, these metal threads will get you. Right? That's kind of the kicker. So it's not that it's hard to write with in this position. It's that the threads, depending on where you grip the pen, can actually like kind of get the back of your hand there. So my clip is out of alignment. I have to have the clip straight on with the nib, but apparently I have to unscrew this to move it. Yeah, we'll do that later. So anyway, I like the look of the clip on the Lilliput, where I don't really care for the clips on the larger sports. I don't know, they just tend to get in the way more, where here I don't think it gets in the way at all, and it's actually beneficial because the pen is so small. Now, price-wise, this is one of the more outrageously priced. The hand-torched Fire Blues. And you can tell mine's gotten a lot of wear over the years. That was a new sound. N.A. Lunsford, thank you for the follow. If anyone else isn't following me and watching, drop me a follow, because that sound was new and I didn't change anything. I would love it if you followed me. This is not a ploy for more followers, but that sound it caught me off guard. So there you go. That's my thoughts on Kaweco. The Fire Blues are Okay, that was the right sound. It just has this real trail off thing. That was new. Maybe it's my sound profile on my computer is messed up, so thank y'all. Phil Ferris, thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Must be a follower noise. Yeah. So I think it's just something of how it was working with me. So it is the correct sound. Thank y'all for testing that. Late to this party? You're never late to the party. Just glad you're here. Stereo sound, we're all good. We're talking about pocket pens today. So I'm a huge Kaweco fan. These are probably my 3 favorite. If I went in there this morning, and like I said, I'll probably have 15 or 20, and it's a pretty clear top 3 for me out of this group. So I do also keep the Lilliput in the little Kaweco sleeve because it is so small. This sleeve is well loved. So I'll just usually put this in my pocket if I'm carrying the Lilliput at all. And then these I will just put straight into my pocket. Like I've shared a picture of my Sunrise yellow one from Fontaplumo. Like it's completely destroyed, which is beautiful. I think it's completely beautiful. You want to love Kawecos, but they're too small? Yeah, I get that. Giant Super though, right? Huge Kaweco Super fan, stereo sound. How is the steel compared to the brass? It's a good question. The steel's pretty heavy. I bet they're pretty close. With the Pelican 300 series, I don't know. With the Pelican 101s? So I think these are going to be close, brass and this. Because the brass one, I don't own one, but I've tested it a bunch of times. It's not overly heavy. It has weight, but you're not like OMG heavy pen, right? Which is like this. No need for pocket pens when none of your clothes have pockets. Rip. Hello Kitty hangs out in the German Shepherd display stand. Kaweco, I don't have the Kaweco roller ball. 300 is smaller than the 101. I'll have to look at that. I'm not sure. That sterling silver Kaweco is hilariously awesome. All right, so next batch. I know Tessa was just asking about fountain pens, but I did bring a couple of non-fountain pens because it's kind of tells the same story. So we have this guy. These are all shown design. Various iterations of shown designs work. So this one I bought at his first DC show. This is the original Lisa Frank. And this is a ballpoint. This is before he was making fountain pens. So I'm not influencing that very well. So these just have like a Fisher Space Pen refill in them. But I still love them. I know they're not fountain pens, which is what the question was today. But just look at that. You just throw this in the pocket and go. I would show you the refill, but I need something to unscrew it. But that doesn't bother me because how often are you going in there? So, like this one's a personal favorite of mine. This was because this one has a good story behind it, right? Like this was Ian's first DC pen show. This is the first time he had launched these anodized pens. And, you know, I was just like all over it. Like this is just right up my alley, right? Like I really love this kind of thing. So then we go to the Philadelphia pen show in 2020. Rip this year. And I already had the Pocket 6 with the Bach nib in it, which is in my storage room. And between the time I got that one and the Philly Pen Show was only like a month or two. And then that's when he switched over to Yovo nibs and Yovo nib fittings and sections. So that's what's in here. You can tell this brass is looking good. Actually, I probably need to polish up the edge. It's a little too dark. I haven't been using it as much. So I bought this one off the table from Ian, and got to mix and match the parts for this pen. So that's why, like, this isn't a color he sells, but what happens when you're a maker, you make these blue swirl parts, and then you ruin the blue swirl cap parts, and then you have gray swirl cap parts, and you ruin the gray swirl barrel parts. So he's like, well, I don't want to waste all this stuff, so let's just put them together and sell them. And this is like my kind of pen, right? So yeah, we need to, this is a little too patinaed for me, which honestly just means I haven't been using it that much. As soon as I use them, they wear in, and you can see like my finger, where my fingers hold them. And then this nib, I also picked up at the show. This is Gina's Architect nib that she just sells separately, which you're probably not going to be able to see this close. So since it's Yovo fittings, I could get a cool nib for it. It's not really coming through on there. So yeah, very cool. Does this have ink in it? This might be a mistake. Okay. Wow, there was like a drop of ink on the... So there's the brass patina. There's the difference. Yeah, you picked up an Architect nib to that show. I could use that nib. Kind of want it. So this one's probably a good candidate to get inked up, just because it needs to be used, right? That's a little too much patina for me, but it looks good. I can knock the edge off of it just with a little bit of use. And then we have this one, which is the brass faceted model, which I have not inked up yet. As a matter of fact, I just took it out of its box. It's got a little patina just for me taking it out before, but really not much. But I'm going to review this pen coming up soon. This just has a stock, what is this, medium? Fine. So this just has a stock fine Yovo nib. And I ordered, in my JetPens order, they had Visconti ink cartridges. I don't know if those are new, or I'd never noticed them before. So I ordered a Visconti sepia ink cartridge that I'm going to use for this pen. I have not used this pen at all, but I'm going to start using it and reviewing it. So yeah, I guess I'm probably not going to ink this one up. I went on a cartridge buying spree last year, and I haven't been using them. But I'm definitely a proponent of cartridges. Even though they're not cost effective, like price per milliliter, they're cost effective in that you will actually buy them and use the product completely, as opposed to maybe a 50 milliliter bottle of ink that might take you years to go through, or in my case, when you have 100 plus of them, never. But I will go through like a full box of cartridges, even though they're at a higher price point. They will actually get used. So there is some sense in buying cartridges, at least for me, because I use it, like all of these pens, I use cartridges in all of them, right? So, and I tried to buy some fun weird colors. So we got Caran d'Ache chromatics, which are probably the best. So pink, divine pink, infinite gray, which is what I've used in this pen before. I used the infinite gray in this one. This Waterman radiant pink has been very good. I haven't tried the Traveler's blue black cartridges yet. So I have Faber-Castell deep sea green, olive green. I use both of those pretty regularly. Diamine, bilberry, and blood orange. Blood orange would be a good one for the brass pen. And then another chromatics electric orange. So yeah, cartridges are a good way to like test out an ink brand, not overly commit. You just got to make sure that they fit, right? You have to have an internet, unless you're buying like Sailor proprietary cartridges, which I finally have some of those on the way too. You just got to make sure that you're buying like non-proprietary stuff. Like all international cartridges will fit in these for the short barrel pens like this. So have you tried Syringe filling your empty cartridges? Yeah, I absolutely do that. You use platinum carbon black. That comes in a cartridge, don't you? But I'd say overall, yeah, I agree with you. But the platinum carbons. But yeah, like I'll use like the Kavekos. I've definitely syringe filled many times, and then if I do it like if I use a cartridge like 3 or 4 times, I have so many of them, I'll just chuck it. Like at some point, I'll become mentally concerned about that connection loosening up, even though that's a stupid concern. It's just that I have the opportunity to. I have so many empty cartridges that just, there's no need to like infinitely use one. So, there. Last pen, pocket pen is not a fountain pen, but it's the spoke pen, Rhodey. Like, I mean, disclosure, I helped make this pen, right? I'm part of the company that makes this pen, but it's one of my most favorite pens. I use it constantly. This was my favorite color. This was the first color that we chose. I said, we're absolutely doing this color. It's like, I don't care what other 500 colors we do. I want this color. This is going to be mine. So yeah, this is the one that I use. So that's my pen. And then I will add the spoke fountain pen when we get that into this awesome collection of pens. Y'all want to see new phone pictures? New spoke phone pictures? Let's see if it's better on... Is it going to be better on that camera? Let's see. Does anyone have success eyedropping a Kaweco Sport? I have not gone there yet. Will the fountain pen come in icy? Not yet. So here is the big fountain pen. That's what the finial cap is going to look like. It's not focusing here. So that's the big fountain pen finial. So that's the cyan blue, large size fountain pen. So Brian's working on those. And then for those who missed it, there's the short. This will be the mini. This will be the pocket pen version. So yeah, there you go. We like blue. Blue anodizes very well. That's why we have a wide range of blues in our products, because you can get really great bright blues, and you can get really nice dark blues with ranges in between. Yes, it is a number 6 nib on the pocket pen. Those are both new spoke fountain pens. Be out in about a month. We're still in the assembly stages. So, all right. So that's my pocket pen story for now. This is going to be the next one that I use, and I'm waiting for that sepia ink cartridge to come in, because I think that'll be cool with the brass. But I'm getting antsy to test this out. We'll put it there so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. Couple other interesting things. I never used this bag. I'll show you this bag. This is one of the early knock prototypes when we made the Burton. This one didn't make the cut. I'm disappointed in your lack of Japanese long short pocket pens. I have them. I don't have a lot of them, and I don't use them frequently. I have maybe like 3. I have like an old Elite. I have an old Sailor. I should probably get a new Elite. Yes, this is X-Pack in our prototype. But I keep my ink cartridges here, and I keep pencil leads in here. So there's a bunch of I have a cool set of pencils in here. These were some Pentel like metallics that you don't see very often. So I was using these for testing. I forget where I got these from. Maybe Jet Pens? They're really nice. They have the shiny bodies. Pentel does some really cool limited editions for Japan. I wish they would bring them over here. We're finally getting the Smash after all these years. So that's very cool. And so I keep so besides all of my ink cartridges that I use frequently, like that's what else is in here. Like there's about 20 packs of leads in here. Because when I was doing a bunch of the lead testing or graphite testing. So still more to test one of these days. But that's what I keep kind of locked up in here. This case just sits on the shelf. Oh, this Burton, now that I see it, this Burton, here, we'll go back to big camera time. Oh, the mouse doesn't like the paper. What was that? Rich Sticks, 20 months of subbing. Thank you so much. Rotring 600 in white, the 3. That would be pretty. No, I honestly thought that. I was like, have I gone through this Burton for all the missing pins? I need to put an APB out in my house. So this Burton, on this side, on the wide side, it had the pocket split into 2 instead of the open pocket here, the wide open pocket. And then this side had the pin slots and a zipper pouch on the inside. Got to put that scene transition on your Stream Deck. So it had a pocket here. The problem is why we didn't go with the pocket is because of the zipper. The zipper is going to bang whatever you have in here, even if it's a notebook. The zipper is going to hit that, and it'll be just continually working against whatever you have in there. So we voted against that from a design perspective. So all pins bulletin, I like that. So this is the one and only model of this. It's great if you use it like I use it, but I think people in general would maybe not like that. Now, maybe if we had like a full length pouch and we could get the zipper like way up at the top and have a full length pocket in there. Yeah, so it's down in the bottom. It's like halfway sized. It was just not the right decision, even though you may think it's cool, or I might think it's cool. It was not the right decision to put in that location. So that's the stuff you got to think about when you're making stuff. It's like, that looks like it would damage people's products. Speaking of storage design, what do you use for all your pin storage? Pins you aren't using. I need more storage space for some reason. I don't really have that solved. I have one bin full of Notco cases full of pins. And then I have, we don't use Velcro. We're anti-Velcro at Knock. And then I have cigar box cases, which hold like 8 pins each. And then I have a retro bamboo trays. If you want the retro bamboo trays are awesome. Read The Magic Book by Rhonda Byrne. You can have the universe bring the pins back. I wish. Why are you anti-Velcro? It's mostly Jeff that's anti-Velcro. But the problem with Velcro is it's a constantly degrading material. So every time you use it, it degrades, right? And that could last for years, but you are actively degrading Velcro every time you use it. So it's just not a thing that we wanted to put in our products. So plus, like, I think you just have to have bigger stuff to have Velcro. Jeff has a very strong hate of Velcro. Like, I have plenty of bags with Velcro. The Velcro works when you have bigger bags. Because there's more Velcro that can, not go bad over time. And that, like, the bigger tears are, like, just easier to use. When you start putting in small bags that just gets repeated in, like, a small area, that fails quicker. Right? So that's the idea. I'm waiting for the Unicorn Brass Town white outside, rainbow inside with rainbow stitching. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, and that's the main thing about Velcro. There's other negatives about Velcro. Just scratching stuff and sticking to stuff. And, it's just generally something we avoid. I'm not saying we'd never do it, but it would have to be a big case for us to have Velcro. Speaking of Brasstown Dreams, what's up with the double wide? I don't know. I got to get Jeff into designing that. I think we should do it. My main holdup, Alan, is me thinking, do I want a double wide Velcro? Do I want a double wide Brasstown, or do I want a 12-pin Sinclair? So I can only do one of those at a time. Doesn't mean I can't do both eventually. Double wide Brasstown would probably win, just because I think it's a cool concept. Yeah, double tongue Brasstown. I think it's a cooler concept. The Sinclair 12 slot would be traditional, right? That's your traditional idea. That's just a Notco version of a traditional pin case design. The double wide Brasstown would be very unique and very Nock. Some people already hold the more than 12 pins. Absolutely. Do a Brasstown like a 40-pin case. Well, then it's a pendelier, right? You're just making a pendelier at that point. Was it at Baltimore that guy had his pendelier that he made? That was pretty cool. He asked us if we wanted the design, to work on the design. I was like, I would love to, but no. I mean, it was cool. Yeah, it was Baltimore. I knew it was Baltimore. I forget that guy's name. I forget his name. I've seen him before. He does pen shows. Speaking of pendeliers, is Andrew in here? I don't know if Andrew's in here. Andrew, and y'all have probably seen this, the Fred Zinke auction. Fred was like the LA pen guy. Just an OG pen industry veteran. And he's got like a 2,000 lot auction going on in February. And one of the lots is his fishing vest with all of his badges on it. That was Eric Aycock in Baltimore with the pendelier. Sounds familiar. So Andrew sent me the link to the auction for Fred Zinke's fishing vest and all of his pen show badges. I am very tempted. I don't have the link here. Crinky. I'll have to find that link because, like the auction goes through the end of the year, the end of the month, and like the bid was only like, yeah, if you have the link, put the link not to the whole auction, find the fishing vest because it's a 2,000 lot auction. It could be anywhere, but find the fishing vest with the show badges on it. I was like, I kind of should probably bid on that and try to acquire that and then like frame it. That would be pretty cool. Because I don't think I could wear it. I think he was, I don't know, I maybe met him once in LA. I think he was a pretty good bit smaller than me. Yeah, the vest in the shadow box. That's exactly right. That would be dope. So I would get that and I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. All right. We do have one unboxing. It's heavier than I thought. Raffle time? Not yet. We'll do this unboxing, then we'll raffle up some stuff. Yeah, like it would look good on the wall back here, this side. I would totally do that, so I think it would be pretty neat. All right, do we have it? All right, got it. I mean, it's literally perfect. It is the perfect thing when we think about pen show fishing vest. Come on. It's amazing. How cool is that? That's pretty wild. So yeah. So yeah, that's the like wall material. Like it's great. I have nothing else to say other than it's like legitimately awesome. Can I close this page? Hello. I would like to debig in this page. There it is. God, it was like a drop down. So $50 bid, 17 days left. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, people's names on note cards would look good on the wall. I would rather do, what I would prefer is like a whiteboard or a blackboard where I could just put stickers all over it and then like names and just like it's be like constantly changing. Like if anyone ever sent me a sticker, we'd just like slap it up on the board and just eventually fill the whole wall, but I'm not gonna stick them to the wall. So anyway, thank you for Fred's vest. Something to consider, right? Something to think about. Oh yeah, it's only $50. It's not $50. Its auction price is $50 with 17 days left. Yeah, Fred passed in the fall, maybe last fall, something like that. Yeah, it's a huge loss for the community, and I unfortunately didn't get to know him all that well. Other than I think I met him once to like say, just hi, Mr. Crinky. Like that was about the extent of it. And out in LA one year. Years ago, he really didn't do much at the LA show, like, or maybe he started doing it then stopped doing it. He was getting old, so Tyler is slacking on his job to figure out the rewards. See, this would be the perfect time for the sticker. Smack. Write notepads. This is my favorite sticker they have, by the way, the ink bottle, the printer's ink bottle. So like we just go boom, and then we end up having like 80 billion stickers here. So, I had to order the engineering pads, right? They smell like good. I keep smelling it because maybe it's just fresh paper. Fresh paper smells good. Galantium, have a good day. Do well in class. So, obviously, one for me, one for you. We're going to do a blog giveaway on this, not on a... You do need to send me a sticker. Remind me, and I'll send you a pack of stickers. So they made a Square Engineering notebook. Yeah, so this is the right notepad, Square Engineering notebook. So I'm going to review one. Let me open this one up. And then I'll give this other one away. It's bad paper for FPs, this one. Like a lot of their paper is good for FPs. This one is not. I didn't even look at that. At least they say it, right? That's cool. Oh, I'm sitting here showing it to you, and it's not on there. So it's square. What is this, 7x7-ish? Where's my book? This is how I measure things with A5 notebook. So yeah, it's about 7x7. And then it has the engineering grid here. Whoa, that really effed up the camera. Haha, that was a mess. I think it's not the usual paper. I don't know, it's pretty thick paper. I'll test it out later. I'm not gonna test it out right now. So it has a project name, date page, and then like the engineering grid on it. So it's really cool. It's a thick page, thicker than I thought. So it's different paper. So which is cool for me because like I'll use non-fountain pens in this, and I like the square format. This paper is a little more toothy than our normal paper, so that fountain pen users might find some feathering. You should say that. That's awesome, right? Right? That's when you build paper, when you build products, give all the information. There's no sense in hiding behind that, right? That's great because they have so many fountain pen friendly products. And then I added in the, wow, this is why the thing was so heavy. I didn't know how big these were. I'll show you this here. But this is the 8.5 by 11 pad, square grid pad, but it's a like the big size 2 pads. Like if I was at my old job, like this would be like my desk pad. That would be dope. These look really great. So yeah. Hi, Brad in the I see me in the thing. Hi. Pinception. Is it the same paper as in the notebook? Yes. So just the 2 different formats. Same paper, same ruling. This is a lot of pages, yeah. That's a lot of pages. 100 pages. I think is that what it said? Yeah, 100 pages in two pads. So 50 each. Great looking stuff. Like super great looking. So yeah, there you go. I look forward to reviewing them sometime soon on the blog. And then I'll probably give one away soon on not on here. This is a blog giveaway. So I mean, I like y'all, just not that much to give you like the stuff that's fresh out of the box. Just kidding. All right, should we do giveaways? What else do we need to talk about? I think that's all the stuff I brought in here to discuss. If y'all have anything else. You only get old dusty stuff? Absolutely. Did you see some of the old dusty stuff I gave away? It was pretty good old dusty stuff. Oh, Patrick, what is idea for a fanny pack? Yeah, we have lots of fanny pack ideas. Favorite high-tech C tip size? 03. For life. It's the cleanest. Yeah, so y'all only get the old dusty stuff. The knock underground. That could work. What would the distinguishing knock feature be in the fanny pack? That's why we've never made one. I literally have one hanging in the shipping department. That's just your basic standard open pouch fanny pack. We could never come up with, that's why we don't have a backpack either, right? What do you do that to make it different? Like, and now everyone's doing like fanny packs and stuff. So it's like, we're just not gonna do the same thing that everyone else does. So wrong keyboard. No. That was funny. Someone who put their credit card information in here that one time. That was awesome. Was that Toombala Plumba? Someone wrote their whole credit card number in here. That was dope. Anyone knows if the new Pilot 74 green is more green than the Curidas Urban green? I cannot answer that. It does seem different, right? The Curidas is a brighter green, and the Pilot seems more foresty, but that's just remembering what pictures. It wasn't a credit card. It was 1 digit short, as Alan furiously wrote down the number. Wasn't Toombala Pluma. Okay. It was great. I was like, what does this number mean? Why is this in the... Oh, and then I had to sit here and figure out how to delete it. This was only like a couple weeks ago. Well, it started with a 5, so whichever card is a 5. Isn't that MasterCard? They all start like, it's like 4 is Visa, 5 is MasterCard, 1 is Amex. So 5, it was a 5. That's when I realized it was a credit card. When I saw how many numbers it was and what it started with, that's when I was like, oh crap, that's someone's credit card number. That was awesome. All right, what are we gonna give today? All right, we're gonna give away a pre-loved product here. I told y'all I was gonna do this. I'd say 90. All right. Yay, Nakaya, get out of here. Yeah, that was a mess. probably like 90% of the things I'm going to give away are brand new, never been used. Some are things that have been used, mostly just from a review perspective. Like I've used them to review them, and then I've never used them again. Some of them are notebooks I've written in, like this one. Some of them are pens or pencils that I've used for a review, but never used it for that. So, like if you get a notebook like this, you cut out the pages, whatever. Yeah, floor model, sample model, review model. But some of them are just like too nice to not give away. Like, when it comes in a pouch, like it's nice enough to probably give away, right? So what this is, I remember reviewing this, and it is legitimately nice. This is this bound leather notebook that I just never really found a use for. So it's this soft gray leather. It's like kind of thin and flippity floppy leather. Like it's really soft. Oh, Slumberland Studio, I got your mail. I just haven't been responding to mails this week yet. I owe you one though. And so it's bound right into the leather, right? There's no cover. Like the leather is the cover, and the paper's bound right into the book. Like it's glued into the, this is like a cover stock, but it's not like a leather cover. Made in Italy, leather kind. And you can see it's the same on the front page here. Like it's just bound right into the leather. I don't know how to say it other than that. That's why it's so flexible and pliable. It's very thick. I don't know how many pages are in it. So I wrote, it's called Leather Kind. And there's a review up on the blog of it. So yes, there's my directions to the Holy Grail. So I wrote some song lyrics in there, I think, for the review. It's plain. So like this is in here. A song called The Dark Don't Hide It by Magnolia Electric Company. So that I just something I wrote in there for the review. And that's not Tomoe River. It's like a bank paper type of thing. And then I did an ink test in the back. So, yeah, there's no refill in this one. Looks like the ink did mostly well for fountain pens. Little bleed. Magnolia Electric Company, so sad, yeah. But those are the only 2 pages used in this. This front review page, and then the back page, ink samples. Like, what is that, 200 more pages in the middle here? And it's a really sweet notebook. Totally more valuable with my handwriting in it, absolutely. Like, I would frame those pages if I were y'all. That's probably what I would do. So that's it. So like I have products like this that I just eventually I would love to use it, but I can't use everything, right? It would take me so long to go through this, and I have stacks of these. So let's give it away. So you should know that some of these products will come pre-loved. All right. Let me get my screen up, and we'll do this one, then we'll do one more. Giveaway. Reset. Adopt a notebook. That's funny. All right. Leather Kind raffle. Y'all ready? Has 2 minutes been good for y'all to get into the raffle? Like if you're not paying attention and then you all of a sudden see a bunch of chat rolling off, y'all are good? Like 2 minutes seems fine. I'm going to do it this time. We can adjust next time. Ready? Go. All right. It's a running. And I'll be looking for the next giveaway. I guess I should try to alternate papers and pens. Sorry, the camera's messing me up when I lean over. Too much stuff. I can't even get into the box. Or to the bin of awesomeness. All right, let's see what pen I can dig out of here. All right, 40 seconds left. Thank you all for entering. All right, we'll do a pen next. I think this is a pen. Could be a pencil. It's in a box I haven't opened yet, but we'll see. We'll all see it together. Speaking of Tomoe River, has there been any consensus on what the current de facto paper is, or still all up in the air? Some people like the new Tomoe. Some people like Cosmo Airlight is the new hotness. I haven't tried either. I've been enjoying my bank paper so far. I will probably switch it up my next one. Cosmos trendy. I'm not sure Cosmos for me. I need to try it again. I don't know that I like completely loved it the first time. Speaking of which, I have later in this box, it's buried down at the bottom. I have one of those sampler sets, like the fountain pen 10 types of paper sets, the Yamamoto, the big pad. That's in this bin here to give away at some point when I reach down and blindly grab it. All right, entries have stopped for this giveaway. Shall we pick a winner? The poor Pen Man. That's what Paul gets for testing out my follower button. See, it's karma. When I asked for the sound check, Paul did it and made the sound go bloobity-deep and made me realize it was the normal sound. Email me hello@penaddict.com and give me your shipping address. Bloobity-deep. See, karma. Schmevelin's had the karma win. Poor Penman's got the karma win. All right. Karma wins. How to get in the Pen Addict Slack? Yeah, just email me. I just need an email address to send you the invite. So you need to email me so I have the email. Your email. All right. Bloopity beep. Slack is full. It's pretty full. All right. Inventory. Y'all remember them? I've reviewed some of their pens. Jeff's reviewed some of their pens. A lot of people have reviewed some of their pens. The last time they sent me pens, they sent me like 3 or 6 pens. And, sometimes I just have inventory piling up of inventory pens. So let's see what this one is. It says brass on the outside. I guess this is a fountain pen. Let me see if it says on the back. It says mechanical pen. Oh, no. So this is a click with the Schmidt P8126 in it. Oh, wow. I don't remember this pen at all. It's kind of nice. Looks a little familiar, though. So, yeah, this is the inventory. Schmidt mechanism. Brass barrel that now has my fingerprints on it. Patinaing it. This is really nice. Inventory, yeah. That's how they spell it. They spell it inventory. This is nice. It's got a flat side for non-rollaway. So, if it gets momentum, it still rolls away. Clipless, yes, completely clipless. So this is kind of the crap that I just end up with, like, stashed away. Like, I didn't even know what this pen was. But, like, I don't need it, so it needs to go to y'all. Like, one of y'all needs to have this pen. So let's give it away. That was a surprise. Go pen. That would be cool if it didn't use the Schmidt mechanism. Yep. That's a choice. That is a choice, right? Oh, let's see. This has like cutouts in here. I got to get it set back in right. It is mushy. I get over if it's a pen I really like, I'll get over it. But I prefer not. All right. Let's do a raffle. Get the Pen Addict Discord going. We've thought about cutting over to Discord. Brad, Black Ink. What did I do? Black Ink. Tony hasn't emailed it to me yet. Or sent it to me yet. Send it to me, Tony. I will publish it. I can publish it this month if you send it to me. Rat Attack. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. I know I haven't. I haven't told you to email it to me. Or, I mean, you can Slack it to me. You can DM it to me. Did you ever DM it to me? Do I have it and I've not posted it? I don't think I have it. This is where I get in trouble. Because he could tell me whatever at this point. Yeah, I think we were waiting for me to tell you. Okay, Tony, give it to me. And I will schedule it to post this month. I've got openings, yeah. Send it. You can send it to me in Slack. Send it to me in Slack. I'm ready. It's not like I don't have anything else going on, like giving away this pen. So I'm going to give that away and stop talking to you. Inventory. Let's go. Let's go. Open. There we go. I'm going to do my stretches. I'm going to do my stretches for 2 minutes. We're going to do some namastes. Oh, God, that hurts. Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, that's no rush. I'm going to just download it and set it off and schedule it in the future. Oh, that hurts. Hurts so good. Oh. See, I can do physical therapy and stream at the same time. Oh, namaste. Yep, no more brace, just pain. It has pictures. Okay. You can create me a Dropbox link if you want. And then you can upload them and then I can just grab them if that's easier, something like that. Remote link. So yeah, definitely don't Slack the pictures. Create a share link somewhere, Google Drive, Dropbox, send me the link. I broke my wrist back in November. I'm doing physical therapy right now. So I'm out of the cast, out of the brace, but it's been a 3-month process. It was a bad break. So I've been out of the brace about a month, but my wrist is still in rough shape just as far as like strength and flexibility goes. So have you got a squeezy exercise ball? I have a big ball of putty, and then I have other balls to like toss around. All right, one more, then the raffle will be done. You can see like my angle of my wrist, like how my left wrist is good and my right wrist is like I'm like cheating. Oh. I should play with it on the stream. Yeah, I could do that. Oof, that hurts. All right. Is that one done? Yeah, it's done. Okay. All right. Pick a winner. Pick a winner. Evan LH93. Let's go. Do you know the deets, Evan? Do you know how to claim your prize? Email me, hello@penaddict.com. Say stream winner, something. You email me. And then I will email me your shipping address. And I will get this out to you. Yay. Awesome stuff, gang. Oh, man. It's a Pebble Stationery Tomoe River notebook down there. There's all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, just something in the subject to say, like, stream winner, something winner, giveaway winner. I don't care which. Just let me mentally flag it. Because I get, my email box is a mess. Inbox is a mess, so I get distracted. Broke a bone in the wrist of my right hand, then ripped the tendon next year. Oof. Luckily, I didn't have to have surgery. That sounds terrible, Nicole. Golly. Sounds awful. All right. Any spare theme system journals? I do have one. Yeah, I found one more when I was digging out. I gave one away a few weeks ago, one of the version 1 ones, and then when I was cleaning up again, I found a second version 1. I don't see it offhand, but I remember pulling out. I was like, oh, I have another one. So there you go. There you go. That's what got you into fountain pens. Ouch. I didn't ask. I don't know when the next remodel, the next restocking is. Supposedly end of this month, next month, which they're gonna be cutting it close to like the 90 days thing. So we'll see. All right. Anything else we need to talk about, chat? I don't exactly have to run off, but I don't exactly have anything else to talk about. I could keep giving away stuff, but I'm not going to because I'd like to keep giving away stuff in the future. And if I give it all away today, we can't give it away later, right? So it's just like friend of the show podcasts. I might have to stop doing them every week just so we can have some content out there. Nicole Smith, how did you get into fountain pens? She broke her wrist and needed something normal or something easier on her hand to write with. There has to be something good to talk about. There's always something good to talk about. I'm working on a secret personal project that I can't tell you about. That's why it's personal. You don't get to know. I just get to tease you about it. That's also in my notebook that I couldn't show you. I am not NaCoWriMoing. I don't write letters. Oh yeah, Inkdependence Mike. I should schedule him one day. What's happening with your Robert Oster blue black ink? So I have emailed Robert Oster and I haven't heard back. So that's where I'm at with that. I have books. Did you get back to reading? Yes, I finished 2 books. One was not great and one was awesome. The one that was not great took me forever to finish because I didn't really want to read it. And you should just stop reading that. But it was like it was fine. But it was like, I'm not much into science fiction, but if I got in, I know if I found like something good, I would dig it. And then the last book I read, I finished in like 3 sessions. I just tore through it because it was great. So. Like your personal project. Yeah, I got to follow up on that too. Email. So the 2 books, let me write down Patrick's here. A memory called Empire. I keep all these. Yeah, so hang on. Oh. All right, thank you, Patrick. So I bought that Buddhism book, but it's not really a Buddhism book, which was probably my mistake. It was just more of like something I wanted to explore. Like I like the idea of mindfulness and being present and those types of thoughts. So I bought that Why Buddhism is Real book, and it was really not what I was looking for, but it's not the book's fault, right? So I don't want to say like it was a bad book. It was just, it probably wasn't like my best choice for what I was looking for. And I don't know what is, but I wanted to finish it because there were some good bits about it. But that one took me like 2 months to get through just because I like wasn't totally digging it. The second book was memoir autobiography by Laura Jane Grace called Tranny. Which talks about her transition from male to female transition while she's fronting like a really popular punk band. And she wrote that like 7 years ago, 7 years ago. And I've been a monster fan of her forever. And I never read the book. I just never got around to it. And I ripped through it. I just shredded straight through it. Like I said, it took me about like 3 sessions to just read through the whole thing. It was fantastic. It's really good, really insightful, really scary for her. And yeah, I got a lot out of that. So now I'm going to, I'm getting ready to start, what's the next book? I was going to start it last night, but I didn't. I want to get the author's name right because I think he's Vietnamese, and God, and I'm blanking on the name of the book, but I'm going to start it tonight. So yeah, like I'm a monster, like Laura Jane Grace fan, like probably like one of my favorite artists, one of my favorite people. I just want to get this other book right. All right. So the next book I'm going to start is Saigon. So it's a play on Saigon, obviously. The author's name is Phuc Tran, Phuk. Is that how you say Phuc? But it's a misfits memoir of great books, punk rock, and the fight to fit in. So it's basically another like autobiography / memoir from Phuc Tran about him growing up as an immigrant and finding his way through punk music. So like that's something that interests me a lot. So yeah, so that's the next book on the radar. I'll probably start that tonight. So I've actually been getting the time to read and finish things. So the What is Buddhism book took me out of the loop because I didn't want to start another book. And I didn't want to quit that book because I think there was enough in there, but it made me realize that like that wasn't the book for me. Like that I didn't need to read that book to try to learn things, right? I needed something else, but that's my own fault. That's not the book's fault. So, yeah, I think that's where I'm at now. Yep. Oh wait, so let me, there's a couple other books. All These Wonders. Okay. So I'm happiest when I'm reading. And I'm glad I should have quit the Buddhism book and made myself happier. But it's just like when I read Atomic Habits, I was like, I have to be missing something here. Why is this book popular and I hate it? And then it turns out I get all the way through the book and there was nothing there. Like I never found the thing. So I should just learn to quit those books. It's okay. Like it doesn't have to be for me. What's the magic book called? But I do read nonfiction mostly. I do read some of the best fiction. One of the best fiction books I read. Hang on, I'll get you the name. It's another one of those. Life is Too Short to Read meh books. Oh yeah, I read all of Sarah's books. You give books 50 pages to hook you. Yeah, see, I think that's different with fiction versus nonfiction, right? With nonfiction, I feel like I'm missing something. With fiction, I can see pretty clearly I do not like the characters. I do not like how the story's going. This isn't sitting with me. It's probably not going to ever come around. With nonfiction, I feel almost like, I don't know how to explain it. It feels different, right? It feels like I'm working towards a different thing. I don't know. Like all of Sarah's books I read. Sarah actually turned me on to like, I haven't explored the genre more, but like the gothic horror type of writing that Inkwell Monster does. in the Bone Weaver's Orchard. I've told her this before. It's not something I'm just saying. That is way not in my wheelhouse, that type of book. And it knocked my socks off. Like, I loved it. I was ready for the sequel. Fiction books. It's by this is how bad I am at fiction books. It's like by a super popular author, and it was gifted to me. And I've written about it before a while ago, but I think it's probably the last fiction book I read. And I got to get it's the Jacob DeZote book by the guy that wrote Cloud Nothings. David Mitchell. So, The Thousand Autumns of Jacob DeZote. So, Liz from Wonder Pens gave me that book. Awesome. Like, I will read that book again. That's how good it was. So, it's a historical period piece in, like, 1800s Japanese empire. And, it was a really, really great story, with a really strong like female lead character. So it was pretty cool, or a female like co-lead character. So yeah, that might be the last fiction book I read. I have to think about that. Yeah, Dutch trader in Japan, and he falls in love with a woman who, the woman is actually like, how would you say it? She is like influential, like she's like brilliant and smart and influential, which poses her as a danger to like the men in power, right? And then him being a Dutch outsider, falling in love with a native Japanese woman who like wants to disrupt things. It's like this whole thing. So it's good. So yeah, I don't know if I've read a nonfiction book, but since that one, and that was probably like 2 years ago. So like, should I read other David Mitchell books? Like if I like that one? I feel like they're very like standalone, kind of all contained, like self-contained. So like if I like this one, would I like another one? So after the Saigon book, I don't know what else. I probably got some other ones. So Cloud Atlas is amazing. Yeah, that's the one I've obviously heard about. All right, I'm writing that down, Phil. I'm gonna have to get this medium nib ground down. I like this pen. Oh, Sarah gives it high praise, so nice. Homework is the worst. My wife was working all day yesterday. I was did we ever figure out the name of this Aurora? It's an Optima, but it's got the silver cap, and I don't know, it's got a, it's the Optima something. And I don't know the exact name, but it's got a fuller name than that. Optima Fancy Boy. They're like the Sailor Pro Gear. It's like the upgraded version of a Sailor Pro Gear. Is what the Optima is. All right, I'm writing some more of these down. '88 greater than Optima. It's like the 1911 versus the Pro Gear, except upgraded. They're both upgraded models. Dutch trader in Japan. It's the Thousand Autumns of Jacob de Zoet. Z-O-E-T, I believe is the full name. Something like that. I like the Optima a lot, but I like the I like the 88 a lot, but I like the Optima better. Just like I love the 1911. I think I like the Pro Gear better. So there's that. All right, we're gonna wrap it there. Great, just chit chatting. I like just chit chatting. Y'all are good chit chatters. So, what else we got going on? Not too much today. Writing tomorrow. Raining all weekend. I think that's it. I don't know. We got to figure out another. We need to. Cheers from West Cornwall in the UK. Love it. We need to figure out one more stream time that's not a weekday morning. But I don't know that weekend, afternoon, or evening is good. I think it would have to be weekday evening. I don't have that yet, though. That might be too much. We'll see. Gotta think of that. Hild. Oh, Slumberland Studio. Just so you know, I read your email, even though I haven't replied. I put that movie in my list. So there you go. You know I read your email. All right. Writing this down. There we go. All right. That's it. We'll figure some stuff out. Tuesday's probably going to be an unboxing day. Yeah, I think my schedule is the same next week. Who knows? But yeah. Cool. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for being awesome. I'll catch you later. Catch me online if you need me. I'm pointing at that because that's where my Twitter is. So that's where I'm online at, over there. Bye.